Students, in this video session, we will learn about work and what is meant by work done in physics and the basic definition of work done and what are the conditions for zero work and the complete introduction regarding work done will be discussed in this video session. Now let us define what is work done. We have some figures which are displayed on the screen. Check it up one by one. In the first figure, there is a lawn roller and the person is putting his effort. He is pushing the lawn roller in forward direction. He is pushing this lawn roller in forward direction. And as a result, this lawn roller will be having some displacement, and this displacement can be d. I am considering that because the person is pushing this lawn roller, he is going in forward direction. This lawn roller is going in forward direction by some distance d. So he is putting some effort, he is putting some force, and that force is along this handle. This is handle. The force which the person is applied is along the handle, and this is the force applied, F. But displacement is observed horizontally. Force applied is in the plane. Force applied by the person is on the plane. It is neither along x-axis nor nor along y-axis. And there is some displacement observed here, displacement of the lawn roller. This is in figure 1. Now come to second figure. In this figure B, there is a person, and this person is putting his effort and he is lifting the briefcase. This is briefcase. He is putting some effort in upward direction. Force is acting in upward direction. He is putting some force on the briefcase and he is lifting that briefcase upward. Force applied is in upward direction. He is not continuously moving. He is not continuously putting effort. He is not continuously applying force on the object. He is just lifting the briefcase and standing in still position. He is not moving. Therefore, after lifting the briefcase, displacement of the briefcase after lifting is 0. He is just catching the briefcase in his hand and he is standing steady. Therefore, displacement of the briefcase is equal to 0. And coming to the figure C, a person catching the briefcase and he is walking along, and his displacement is right side and force is upward, vertically upward. In order to hold the briefcase, he should put some effort, and that force is in upward direction. Displacement is right side. That is in figure C. Coming to this figure D, you are catching a briefcase and you are going on these steps. You are walking on the steps. Therefore, force and displacement both are in the same direction. Like force is upward, displacement is along the steps. Likewise, you are standing in a lift. You are catching a briefcase and you are standing in the lift. Force is applied upon the briefcase in upward direction. Displacement of the briefcase is also in upward direction if the lift goes upward. If the lift is coming downward, displacement of the briefcase is downward, but force is in upward direction. These all are general examples which we come across in our daily life. We will be applying some force on an object. Because of that, there may be some displacement cost. From that, we can define work done. Work done is simply a dot product. It is dot product of force and displacement. It is the dot product of force and displacement. That is, you can simply write work done W as F bar dot S bar. You read this as F bar dot S bar, where F is force applied to cause displacement, and D is equal to displacement of the object. Displacement of object. As we know, dot product A bar dot B bar is equal to A magnitude B magnitude into cos theta. We will be using the same relation in this case also. Work done W can be written as magnitude of F magnitude of S into cos theta, where theta is the angle between F bar and S bar. So physically, like you are defining work done as work done W is equal to F dot S, where F is the magnitude of force and S is displacement. Cos theta is the angle between vector F bar and S bar. Based on this angle theta, you will be getting work done, and unit of work done is joule, or see, unit of work done can be even written like this. Force unit is Newton. Force unit is Newton, and displacement unit is meter. Newton meter is simply called as joule. It is known as joule, and this is in SI system. Likewise, erg, or you can write it as dyne centimeter in CGS system. As we know, 1 Newton is equal to 10 power 5 dyne. Similarly, 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 erg. This is the conversion of Newton and joule from SI system to CGS system. That is actual definition of work done. Now definition is clear. Now we will be going to the physical significance of this work done from these figures. So what is work done? It is simply the dot product of force and displacement. Dot product is A dot B, which is AB cos theta. Therefore, you can write W is equal to Fs cos theta. Cos theta is the angle between F bar and S bar. Unit of work done is joule or Newton meter in SI system, and in CGS system it is erg or dyne centimeter. Relation between CGS and SI system will be 1 Newton is 10 power 5 dyne, that is for force. 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 erg, that is for work done. Now come to this figures. Now come to this first figure. When you are applying force here on the lawn roller, the force applied is along the handle, and the displacement is caused along right side. This is displacement right side. Okay, so as we know, dot product between force and the displacement gives you work done. In order to find out work done, you will resolve this force into two components. One component is F cos theta and the other component is F sin theta, which is in downward direction. So as we know, for dot product, we will be always selecting the vector which is in the direction of displacement. So therefore, F cos theta and displacement, the product of these two gives you work done. So here you can write it as work done W is equal to F cos theta, where F cos theta is the component of force which is in the direction of displacement, and displacement here it is denoted with D. This gives you work done in the first case. And coming to the second case, here force is applied perpendicularly, like force is applied in upward direction. This is force. And what about displacement of the briefcase? Displacement of the briefcase is 0. Therefore, here in this case, work done W is equal to F dot 0. Therefore, work done will be equal to 0 even though you are applying force on the object. If it is not causing any displacement, then work done can be treated as 0. That's from example number 2. Now coming to example C, here the person is catching the briefcase. It means that he is putting some effort, he is applying force in upward direction. He is not standing still, he is walking. Therefore, there is some displacement observed in the briefcase, and that displacement is perpendicular to the applied force. Angle between these two is 90 degrees. Force and displacement both are perpendicular to each other. As they are perpendicular to each other, theta will be taken as 90. Cos 90 will be equal to 0. So therefore, here you can write work done W is equal to F into D into cos 90, because angle between F and D is 90, cos 90 is 0. Therefore, work done is equal to 0. Now observe figure C carefully. You are applying force. F is non-zero. There is some displacement observed in the briefcase. Displacement is also non-zero. But both are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, angle between them as it is 90, cos 90 is equal to 0. Therefore, work done is equal to 0. Physically, in condition in this example C, there is non-zero displacement. There is non-zero force. But angle between them are perpendicular, which results work done is 0. That means if you are catching some luggage on your head and walking for 100 kilometer, 1000 kilometer, physically, according to physics, it means that you are not doing any work. That's what you need to understand, because angle between force and displacement is 90 degrees when you are just catching the briefcase and walking horizontally. That is case C. That is also work done 0. And coming to case D, you are catching the briefcase and you are walking on the steps. And force is applied in upward direction, because in order to hold the briefcase, you should put some effort. You are putting some effort on the briefcase. If you leave it, it will just fall down. Therefore, continuously you are catching the briefcase in upward direction, you are exerting some force. Therefore, force is upward here in this figure D. But you are starting from the point and you are going on the steps. Therefore, displacement is in the direction of the steps. This is displacement D. Now, angle between F and D, there is some angle theta, which is marked here. I need to resolve this force into component. One component along the direction of the displacement, and another component perpendicular to the displacement. Along the displacement, we have F cos theta. In this case, work done will be equal to F cos theta into displacement D. And here it is non-zero work done. Work done W is not equal to 0. Next, coming to the last figure, in this figure E, in this figure, you are holding this briefcase in upward direction. That means you are holding the briefcase. As you hold the briefcase, it means that you are applying force in upward direction, because gravitational force always pulls it down. Force is applied in upward direction. If the generator, electric generator is coming down, electric generator is coming, that means lift is coming downward, displacement is in downward direction, force applied is in upward direction. Therefore, angle between these two, F and D, theta is equal to 180 degrees. Cos 180 is equal to -1. Therefore, work done W is equal to F into D into -1. This is work done is equal to minus F dot D. In case E, we have got work done as negative, and in other cases, in case B, you have got work done 0. In case C, we have got work done 0. And in case 1, work done is positive. Here, W is positive. Here it is 0. Here it is 0. Here it is work done positive. And in the last case, work done is negative. So from these all conclusions, you can simply write work done can be positive, work done can be negative, or work done can be equal to 0. And positive work done, negative work done, or 0 depends on angle between F bar and D bar. Based on these F bar and D bar, based on the angle between F and D, work done can be positive, work done can be negative, or work done can be 0. Work done W is Fs cos theta. So if F is equal to 0, S not equal to 0, theta not equal to 0, work done W is equal to 0. If any of these three, either cos theta, force or displacement, or cos theta, if any one of these three is equal to 0, work done will be definitely equal to 0. In the case A, force is equal to 0, displacement not equal to 0, theta not equal to 0, then even work done will be equal to 0. That means if you are not applying any force, if there is any displacement observed over there, in such case, work done will be equal to 0. Generally, this will be happened with uniform motion. In uniform motion, force applied is 0, but there will be some displacement. But according to physics, according to the definition of work done will be equal to 0 in that case. Coming to case B, force applied is not equal to 0, but displacement is equal to 0. Theta is also not equal to 0. Work done will be equal to 0. That means you are acting force on the object, but there is no displacement observed. Like for example, you have a wall. This is a wall. A person is constantly pushing the wall. A person is constantly pushing the wall. Here, force applied by the person on the wall is equal to is not equal to 0. But is there any displacement observed for the wall? There is no displacement observed for the wall. Therefore, work done in this case is also equal to 0. This is no displacement condition. And coming to C, if force applied is not equal to 0, displacement is also not equal to 0, but theta is equal to 90 degrees, that is cos 90 is equal to 0, then even work done W will be equal to 0. Force is not equal to 0, displacement is also not equal to 0, but force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, then even work done will be equal to 0. Right? These are the cases. These are the three conditions which you need to keep it in your mind for 0 work done. These are the conditions for 0 work done. No work is being done in all these cases. Okay, that is number 1. Coming to number 2, if theta is equal to 0, cos 0 will be equal to 1, work done W is equal to Fs, and this is condition for maximum work done on the object. This is condition for maximum work done, and here work done is positive plus F dot S. That is number 2. Coming to number 3, if theta is equal to 180 degrees, cos 180 is equal to -1. Therefore, work done is equal to minus of F dot S, minus of F dot S. This is condition for minimum work done, and work done in this case is negative. Work done, if force and displacement both are opposite to each other, then work done should be treated as negative. If force and displacement are in the same direction, or if any component of the force is in the same direction of that of displacement, in such case work done you will be taking it as positive. And if both are opposite, you will be taking it as negative. If component of the force and displacement both are opposite, then even you will be getting negative work done. And work done can be either positive, negative, or zero. These things you need to remember. And work done is scalar quantity. Work done is a scalar quantity. It have no direction. It only has magnitude. It has no direction. You need not mention any direction for calculating work done. Constant force mean that magnitude of force is equal to constant. That means if you are applying a force of 10 Newton on the object, 10 Newton will be remained same. It does not change. There is no variation of force. Variable force mean that magnitude of the force is not equal to constant. Magnitude of force may be changed with respect to time or with respect to force. In case of variable force, you will be representing force as F of t or F of x. F of t states that force changes with time, whereas F of x represent that force changes with position. So when we are dealing with work done, depending on the type of force which is applied on the object, it can be work done by constant force or work done by variable force. If it is constant force, we do not have huge complications. If work done is equal to work done is by the constant force, the magnitude of force does not change. It will be always remain same. Therefore, simply force which has been applied, that you will be multiplying with the displacement. So displacement can be delta S or displacement can be ds. If any force is applied such that it is causing some displacement, you will be simply multiplying work done W is equal to F dot S. This is work done by a force. And if it is work done by a constant force, of course, when work is being done by constant force, you can write it the same way. There is initially displacement of the body from here to here. Initially, this is S1 and this is S2. Okay, you are applying force on the object such that initially body is at this position and it is moved to this position. So when you are moving this object, you can write delta S is equal to final displacement minus initial displacement. Then work done W will be force is F cos theta, because along this direction of displacement it is F cos theta. Now you can write down work done W is equal to F cos theta into S2 minus S1. This gives you work done by constant force. Here displacement of the body, final displacement minus initial displacement gives you total displacement of the object, and the force which is applied, as it is constant, you will be taking one single value for the force, that gives you net work done. Therefore, work done by constant force is represented by the simple way work done by constant force is W is equal to F of S2 minus S1, where S2 is final displacement, S1 is initial displacement. This gives you net work done, or even you can write it as work done W is equal to integration of F of X into dx. Limits are from x1 to x2, right? Of course, this we will discuss about this integration and differentiation. We will discuss in the next article. So work done by constant force, it is very simple. W is equal to F dot S. Directly you will be getting work done. But coming to work done by variable force, when work is done by variable force, force is a function which is depending upon x. Like for example, f of x is equal to 2x. When f of x is equal to 2x, that means if x is equal to 0, f is equal to 0. If x is equal to 1, f is equal to 2 Newton. If x is equal to 2, f is equal to 3 Newton. What is happening to this force? It is variable. This is changing with respect to time. Therefore, displacement caused in first second is different than that of displacement caused in the second, displacement caused in third second, so on. Likewise, sometimes it can be like this: f of x is equal to 2t. That means here in this case it is variable with respect to time. If t is equal to 0, f is equal to 0. If t is equal to 1, f is equal to 2 Newton. T is equal to 2, f is equal to 4 Newton, so on. This is variable with time. Variable with respect to time, and in the first case it is variable with position. So that sometimes the force which you are acting on the object, it can be in such a way, it can be varied with respect to time or with respect to position. In such cases, we will be using the technique of integration and differentiation. So work done W is equal to integration f of x dx, where limits are from x1 to x2. Now I'll make it clear in this figure. Coming to this, coming to this figure, this represents work done by variable force. How can you decide that it is variable force? See, force is taken on y-axis, and y-axis, graph along this y-axis is not constant. See, it is variable. It is changing. Force is initially this value and this value and this value, this value. Force is changing. Its magnitude is decreasing with respect to displacement. So in such cases, you will be writing work done W as integration of f of s into ds. Limits are from s1 to s2. Whereas in this case, this is constant force. Check it up in this figure. In this graph, it is constant force. The magnitude of force is always constant. Remember, from B to C, this value is constant. It is a straight line. In such cases, you will be simply writing work done W is equal to F of S2 minus S1. This is work done by constant force. Or you can write simply area of graph gives work done. Just like we have calculated impulse. We have calculated multiplying force with time gives you impulse. So area of the graph gives you impulse. In the same way here also, if the graph is between force and displacement, if you calculate its area, you will be getting work done by the object, work done by the force upon that particular object. So this is about work done by constant force and variable force. Whenever there is variable force, remember that the magnitude of force is not constant. In such cases, we will be using integration differentiation techniques, and then we will be calculating work done. If it is work done by the constant force, then we do not have any complications. Force magnitude is remained constant and it will be in the same direction. Therefore, simply you'll be multiplying force with the displacement gives you work done. So this is all about work done by constant force and variable force. Yeah, students, in this particular slide, we have learned these equations. Work done by constant force is given by this expression. Just without any integration and differentiation, we'll multiply force with displacement. But whereas in case of work done by variable force, you will be using the technique of differentiation and integration. First, you will be calculating work done in very small element. And in order to find out net work done, you will integrate this within the limits S1 to S2 so that you will be getting net work done by that variable force.